all right if loving you is wrong fans. Now, don't fret. I will probably be doing more videos of this Who Set the Fire theme because I was kind of mad because my video about who's to blame for Kelly's suicide got demonetized, probably because the word suicide was in the title. But I mean, it was the only way people could know what I was talking about. So, hey, whatever. But for this particular video, we're going to be talking about, did Marcy set the shed on fire with Alex and Randall in there alive? I feel like Marcy was actually the most commented character on the video I did about who set the shed on fire. I think I did who set the shed on fire. Then I said, well, will Randall and Alex survive the fire? But this one is about Marcy because a lot of fans did make valid points after watching the video about the fact that after Marcy lost that baby, I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be out of the realm of impossibility for her to, I wouldn't even say stoop to that level, because didn't Randall even pretty much poke fun at her when he went to visit her in the hospital? I mean, that was just messed up. And I think this was obviously after the whole signing the divorce papers thing. So him taking a jab at Marcy is not out of character, because I feel like even without the divorce papers being turned in, which I'll do another video on that, but I feel like that's not out of his character to do so. But I feel like Marcy, in that stage of grief and just pain, and I can't even utter humiliation to an extent, it wouldn't be out of the realm of her, who knowing, the fact that Randall and Alex have been in the shed before, would just follow after them and then set the shed on fire. Because what people are like, well, Brad drove off and Eddie was, he was in the hospital with Larry, so there's no way they could have made it. Let me just put it this way. When people talk about that, Tyler Perry could make Eddie or Brad go back to that shed anytime he wanted to, because in terms of time lapse, it's really inconsistent. Like the scene with Larry and Eddie, for all we know, that was like an hour before Randall and Alex went into the shed. Brad drove off. I mean, well, he's done that plenty of times before. So who's to say he didn't turn the vehicle around and then just set the shed on fire and locked it, while they were talking on the inside? I think that Marcy, it depends on how quickly she was released from the hospital. I'm not going to lie. It's been, 2 or 3 weeks since the finale. I should really go back and rewatch it to have it fresh in my mind. But I feel like Marcy is a viable candidate for setting the shed on fire. I mean, that actually would be very interesting, because Randall pretty much laughed in her face that, they're divorced and, you lost to Brad's baby. So now she's just lashing out by, I'm going to kill this mother and that hoe, burn them alive at the stake. So I think Marcy is a viable candidate. I mean, I was kind of like reluctant at first, but the more I thought about it and the more I read through the comments, it does make sense that she would be the one to set shit on fire. And Ian is another suspect, but I'll probably do another video on him. But I just wanted to ask you all the question, and I feel like a lot of people will agree. Do you think Marcy, who's fed up at this point, who's just sick of it because, Randall and Alex, you all started this, and this shed is like the cause of all this evil? Because I remember that one episode where Alex was in the hospital. I think that was around the time she gave birth to the baby. She was like asleep, I think because of medication or whatever, because she was not in any shape or form to even leave the hospital. And she was like remembering everything that happened when her and Brad first moved across from Alex and Randall, how to where her racist parents showed up, and then the first time that those two had sex in the shed. So really, that's where everything started. So that's where it's all ending. And I think that is poetic justice, because it reminded me of when Veronica burnt down the house with David on the inside, on the haves and the have-nots. It was just the mark of a new beginning. And we know that David made it out alive. So I feel like if David could escape a burning house, which started in the bedroom, and he made it out alive, then I don't see why Randall and Alex, with a shed full of tools and 2 windows, could not make it out of this alive. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that Marcy was fed up to the point where, If I lost everything, I'm going to go ahead and end everything where it all began, with the shed. Do you think she was the one to lock those two inside and set the shed on fire? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you agree it was Marcy, or if you don't agree, aside from putting in a character's name, and this is why I made the video, because a lot of people on the other Who Set the Shed on Fire video, they told me the name of the character they think set the shed on fire, and within 2 to 3 sentences or more, they actually gave me very in-depth answers. Those are my favorite kind of comments. So let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share this video around, please, and I'll talk to you later.